In the mid-20th century, the world was a stage of change and revolution, and in the heart of Asia, a leader emerged, reshaping the destiny of a nation, China. This period was a time of seismic shifts. The world was caught in the throes of two colossal events, World War II and the Cold War. Both events were like tectonic plates colliding, causing ripples that shook the very foundations of societies globally. World War II was a conflict of unprecedented scale, involving over 30 countries and resulting in over 75 million fatalities. The aftermath was a world reeling from the devastation, trying to rebuild and make sense of the chaos. Meanwhile, the Cold War was a different kind of battle, one of ideologies and influence, where the United States and the Soviet Union vied for supremacy, their rivalry shaping the world in profound ways. In the midst of this turbulent global context, let's shift our focus to the East, to a nation that was grappling with its own set of challenges, China. The mid-20th century found China in the throes of a civil war. The conflict was a struggle for power, a battle between the Nationalist Party, known as the Kuomintang, and the Communist Party of China. The stakes were high, with the outcome set to determine the future course of the nation. Adding to its internal struggles, China was also dealing with the impact of foreign invasions. The brutal invasion by Japan during World War II had left the country scarred and its people embittered. The nation was like a ship caught in a storm, rocked by waves of internal strife and external aggression. Yet it was in this volatile context that a leader emerged, rising like a phoenix from the ashes of chaos and strife. A man who would go on to reshape the destiny of this nation and leave an indelible mark on the stage of history. Amidst the chaos and turmoil, a beacon of change arose, Mao Zedong. Born into a peasant family, Mao Zedong's journey to becoming the founding father of the People's Republic of China was nothing short of extraordinary. In the humble province of Hunan, a young Mao Zedong found himself drawn to the ideals of revolution, inspired by the waves of change that swept across China in the early 20th century. His early life, filled with hardships and struggles, shaped his perspective on society and ignited a flame of rebellion within him. After years of studying and working as a library assistant at Beijing University, Mao became deeply involved with the Communist Party. It was the era of political unrest, and Mao, with his radical ideas and charismatic leadership, quickly climbed the ranks of the party. In the mid-1930s, Mao led the Red Army on an epic journey known as the Long March. Over a year of treacherous terrain and harsh conditions, Mao's strategic prowess and resilient spirit turned this retreat into a symbol of resistance and unity. It was during this march that Mao truly emerged as a key figure within the Communist Party. Following the end of the Second World War, a civil war erupted in China between the Communists and the Nationalists. Mao, with his guerrilla warfare tactics, managed to secure victory for the Communists. And so, in the autumn of 1949, Mao stood atop Tiananmen Square, declaring the establishment of the People's Republic of China. This marked the culmination of Mao's rise to power. From a peasant boy in Hunan to the leader of a new nation, his journey was marked by perseverance, strategic brilliance, and an unwavering belief in his revolutionary ideals. With the establishment of the People's Republic of China, Mao Zedong assumed the role of a leader, set to transform a nation. Mao ruled with an iron fist and a vision to modernize China and establish it as a global power. His reign was marked by a series of ambitious policies and campaigns, each with its own distinct impacts, controversies, and legacies. Two such initiatives stand out: the Great Leap Forward and the Cultural Revolution. The Great Leap Forward, launched in the late 50s, was an audacious economic and social campaign. Mao sought to rapidly transform China's agrarian economy into a socialist society through rapid industrialization and collectivization. However, the plan backfired, leading to what is now known as the Great Chinese Famine. Many millions of lives were lost, and the controversy surrounding this policy still lingers today. On the heels of the Great Leap Forward, Mao initiated the Cultural Revolution in the mid-60s. Aimed at reasserting his authority, it sought to purge remnants of capitalist and traditional elements from Chinese society, and to reimpose Maoist thought as the dominant ideology. The decade-long revolution was a time of great social and political upheaval. Schools were closed, historical relics and artifacts were destroyed, and millions were persecuted. The impact of this revolution was far-reaching, and its scars are still visible in Chinese society. Yet despite these missteps, Mao's reign was not without achievements. He unified China, ended the civil war, and restored a sense of pride and nationalism among the Chinese people. He also laid the groundwork for China's rise as a global power. But the cost was heavy. The human toll of Mao's policies, the suppression of dissent, and the erosion of many traditional values have left an indelible mark on the Chinese nation. Even today, the debate rages on whether Mao's reign was a period of necessary transformation or a time of great tragedy. Mao's rule, while transformative, was also marked by turmoil and tragedy. By the 1970s, Mao's health began to fail, marking the end of an era in Chinese history. The man who had led the Middle Kingdom through a revolution, famine, and cultural upheaval was now battling the inevitable tide of time. Mao's final years were plagued by ill health, and he became less involved in the day-to-day affairs of state. Yet, even as his physical strength waned, Mao's influence remained as potent as ever. A power vacuum began to form around him, with different factions within the Communist Party jostling for control. It was a time of uncertainty and tension, as the nation held its collective breath, waiting for the inevitable. In September of 1976, the inevitable happened. Mao Zedong, the great helmsman, passed away, leaving a nation in mourning and a leadership in flux. His death was not just the end of a man, but the end of an era. For nearly 3 decades, Mao had been the face of China, a symbol of its strength and resilience. But with his passing, the nation was left to grapple with a future without him. The power struggles that had been brewing beneath the surface now erupted into the open. The Gang of Four, led by Mao's wife Jiang Qing, attempted to seize control, but were ultimately arrested and put on trial. It was a turbulent time, a time of change and uncertainty. Yet even in the midst of this turmoil, there were signs of hope. Deng Xiaoping, a pragmatic leader who had been purged during the Cultural Revolution, began to rise to prominence. He advocated for a new direction for China, one that would combine socialism with a more open and market-oriented economy. Mao's death left a void in Chinese leadership, setting the stage for a new era of reform and opening. His passing marked the end of one chapter in China's history, but it also marked the beginning of another. A new era was dawning, one that would see China emerge as a global power, forever shaping the course of the 21st century. Mao Zedong, a name etched in the annals of history, left a legacy that transcends time. His impact on China and the world is as profound as it is complex, a stark reflection of the man himself. Mao's influence on China is unquestionable. He unified the nation after a long period of civil war, laying the foundation for the modern, centralized state we see today. His policies transformed China's economy, shifting it from an agrarian society to a rapidly industrializing one. His vision for a self-reliant China also led to significant advancements in science and technology, helping to propel the country into the global arena. However, Mao's leadership was not without controversy. His policies, notably the Great Leap Forward and the Cultural Revolution, have been widely criticized for their human cost. Millions lost their lives in famines and political purges, a somber reminder of the darker side of his rule. Yet, despite these controversies, Mao continues to be revered within China. His image graces banknotes and his mausoleum is a site of pilgrimage. Many credit him for laying the groundwork for China's rise as a global superpower, and his teachings continue to influence Chinese politics and society. Outside China, Mao's legacy is more nuanced. He is often seen as a symbol of revolution, a figure who challenged the status quo and fought for the rights of the common man. However, his methods and ideology remain the subject of heated debate among historians and political scientists. Mao's legacy, like the man himself, is a study in contrasts, a leader who brought about profound change, yet whose methods were often controversial. His impact, both within and outside China, continues to be felt, a testament to his enduring influence. Mao Zedong, a symbol of revolution and change, continues to shape the narrative of China, a testament to his indelible mark on history.